We also know that the fallen angels are going to be bodily on the earth. It says in Revelation 12:9, "So the great dragon, Satan, was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." Now this is happening right at the midpoint of the 7-year period. And he's cast out. And notice in the same chapter, it says, "His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth." So he's called the dragon and Satan, but he also has this tail, and using this imagery, his tail draws a third of the stars of heaven, and he throws them to the earth. So here we see that the angels are called stars. And in Revelation 8:10, "A great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and the name of the star is Wormwood." Now, I have to bring this up because I'm sure you'll ask if I don't. How can it be that events in Revelation 12 and events in Revelation 8 are happening at the same time? That is because Revelation is a thematically organized book and not a chronological book. When you read the Gospel of John, what you see is that it's laid out thematically. It's about, these kinds of things happened, and then these kinds of things happened. If you're a historian and you're writing a lot of history, there's different ways you can go about it. You can write it in just a chronology and a timeline. Well, starting at year 1, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. But it's kind of hard to follow that story. Very often we want to group things together according to relationships and circles, as it were. And that is essentially what John is doing. He's giving us the events, and he's grouping them together in such a way, obviously according to the way that he received them, but really God is the one who's giving us these events in a thematic way. So rather than looking at the chapter and verse to say what comes first and what comes second, look at the events themselves, and if they pair up, and I would argue if there are 3 points in common, you have a very strong connection between the two. It's kind of like triangulation, with your cell phone, and if there are 3 towers around you, you can triangulate your position. That's essentially what we're doing. I call that biblical triangulation. So that's the principle that I'm using here in Revelation and in other passages in the Bible. And it says in Revelation 9:1, "I saw a star fallen from heaven to earth. To him was given the key to the bottomless pit." So here is a star that has fallen. Well, when did this star fall? He fell back in Revelation 8:10. "A great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch." And who is this star? Well, we discover who this star is in Revelation chapter 12. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to the earth. That is Satan. So in Revelation chapter 8, verse 10, when it says a great star fell from heaven, I don't see that as a meteorite, but I see this as Satan himself. It's basically different camera angles. In Revelation chapter 12, the camera's up here in heaven, now looking down. You can think of Micah with his cell phone filming what's going on, and then he puts it up on YouTube or something. And then you have the people on the earth, and they've got their cell phones, as it were, and they're watching as Satan falls to the earth. What does he look like? He looks like a great star falling from heaven. And then in Revelation 9:1, a star fallen from heaven. He's already on the earth. We see this in other places as well, where Jesus has the 7 stars in his right hand, which are the 7 angels to the 7 churches. Stars are being interpreted as angels. It cast down some of the host of heaven and some of the stars to the ground and trampled them. Revelation chapter 8. You see, we can take the Bible literally once we understand the key to unlock the symbol. Yes, there are symbols in Scripture, but we just have to understand what is the key to unlock that. Scripture gives it to us, and we're told that the stars are in fact angels. So in Daniel chapter 8, talking about the Antichrist rising up to the host of heaven, that's a description of the angels. And then also the stars, that's a description of the angels as well. We have in Revelation 6:13, "And the stars of heaven," that is fallen angels, "fell to the earth as a fig tree drops its late figs when it is shaken by a mighty wind." In Isaiah 34, "All the host of heaven shall be dissolved, all their hosts shall fall down as fruit falling from a fig tree. Now think about it for a second. If this were really talking about stars, is it talking about these? Because these are very, very, very far away. It's going to take them a long time to get here. Or is it talking about the one closest to us, the sun? Well, think about it. If it is talking about the sun, then if the sun falls to the earth is gone. All right, and the book of Revelation is over. There's really no more story to give us. It just ended at that point for everybody. So it can't be talking about that. It's talking about the angels. Those are fallen angels that fall to the earth, because they're going to pass through the veil.